$5, and $1. Okay, what's the $25? All right, so when we go live, right now we're in beta. Yesterday was the first day of beta. Yesterday, in the first day of beta, over 2.8 million views to videos, and nobody's getting paid yet. That was all what we call IVs, international viewers, simply going in out of excitement, viewing content. We knew we weren't going to get paid because it's in beta. They are amassing demographic information. They are seeing just how many of us are really interested in viewing this content so that they can go and present offers to advertisers that will then pay for us to view the content. So here's the deal. You'll earn up to $25 an hour for a maximum of 10 hours per week for viewing content on the Thwglobal site. It could be a video about sports. It could be a video about politics. It could be a video about animals. I love my videos about animals. I see that a whole bunch of animal videos like cats and dogs have been watched. I like the one that talked about the 3 edible insects. Queen, I love that one. I learned a lot, Queen. If I'm ever out somewhere and I get hungry, I can eat an ant or a beetle, and that packs it up with protein. Shouldn't have said that. Some of you might be eating. I'm sorry. Up to $25 an hour. Now, what does the up to $25 an hour mean? Okay, here's the deal. It's pure economics. In the U.S., the average disposable income after tax disposable income is $2,800 in U.S. dollar terms. In the Philippines, the average after tax income in U.S. dollar terms per person is $300 and some change. So obviously an advertiser advertising to a Filipino audience is likely going to spend less in advertising than an advertiser advertising to a US based audience. That's what the up to 25. So depending on what part or what region of the world is going to determine what that figure is going to be. And that's going to be fluid. All right. So that's why we say up to $25 an hour. So that's the first number I want you to keep in mind. So you can view up to 10 hours a week once we go live, up to $25 an hour. Let's call it $250 a week. It could be less, obviously, with that disclaimer we've given you. Let's call it just over $1,000 a month because you'll have some weeks, some months that you have 5 weeks. Now, I want you to get this. That's for every person in your household who's 18 years or above. So if you are married, then it should be you and your spouse registered. If you've got a significant other, you and the significant other that's registered. If you have children, like in my family, it's my wife, yours truly, 2 of my sons. And guess what we were doing today? We had our family meeting. All right, guys. All right, Guyette, my wife. All right, Snook, the love of my life. All right, we're in beta. We're not getting paid to view just yet, but we're going to do our part so that the company knows that there's some folks that want to view. And so guess what we were all doing today in different parts of our day? My wife's on her phone. My sons are on their phone. I'm on my computer, and we are viewing. That could mean up to $4,000 a month of income for our families in time just from our viewing. No marketing there, no recruiting there, no sponsoring there, no selling there, just for viewing. If you say, well, where's that money coming from? I just showed you 2 dudes. I just showed you 2 dudes. I just showed you 2 dudes worth almost $80 billion because they're keeping all the money. Thwglobal is saying, hey, we'll pay you to view this content on purpose. What's the $5? What's the $5? Well, for every person that you personally enroll, when they view, they could earn up to $25. You could earn up to $5. And of course, that'll be prorated. If they earn $15 because of the part of the world they live in, then you'll earn whatever that fraction happens to be. Let's assume they earn $25. They view an hour's worth of content. You just made $5. Let that sink in. See, they can view 10 hours of content a week. If they view 10 hours of content, they make, let's say, $250. You just made $50 because you referred someone to a free system. It didn't cost them anything to join. And now they're just viewing. And they may want to build the business part, or they just may want to view. Doesn't matter. You would make that money. And if they do that 4 weeks out of the month, they made their $1,000 or so, and you just made $200. So every person you personally enroll could be worth up to $200 a month for you. Why wouldn't you want to refer others. You mean, nah, maybe you haven't been good at it at this point. That's what we're here for. That's why we've got systems that we'll talk more about on this coming Thursday to help you do all of the hard lifting so that it does all the work, it does all the presenting, and, you know, somebody with half a brain comes through your system, they're going to want to join you, okay? All right? Now, let me give you an example. One of our Club 100 members, Club 100 is where someone has said, hey, I want to build my personal sponsorship to at least 100 or more, okay? One of our Club 100 members sent this to me. So they have personally enrolled 231 that's on their first level. All right, so now let's do the math here. All right, 231. So here's the potential. There's 231 referrals they've enrolled. They could make up to $5 an hour for everyone that just views 1 hour. So if everyone in a perfect world viewed 1 hour for that day, they would make $1,155 for the fact that everybody viewed just 1 hour. All right, it's $1,155 an hour. Okay, try that one on your job. All right, now the fact is that those 231 referrals could actually view 10 hours a week. So in a perfect world of 231 referrals viewed 10 hours a week, and you made the $5 per, that's $11,550 for the week. Now we know that that's a perfect world scenario, and we don't live in a perfect world. We're not in utopia. We're not in paradise. We get that. And what I have found is that typically, you probably have seen this too, is that, you know, 80% of what gets done normally gets done by like 20% of the folks. And 20% of the folks are normally responsible for 80% of whatever gets done. So if you just took 20% of that, let's say 20% of that happened. Somebody viewed 10 hours, somebody viewed none. Somebody viewed 8 hours, somebody viewed 2. If 20% of that happened, ladies and gentlemen, just as it stands right now, and this person is continually growing their referral network, because they've built a referral network, that could be a couple $1,000s a week if just 20% of what could happen happens. That's why you want to build a referral network. Even if you haven't done it before, follow what we're teaching, follow our systems. There's no reason why in time you shouldn't be Club 100 also. So we've got the 25, we've got the 5. What about 1? Little itty bitty measly $1. Who cares about a buck? Well, in our system, you're going to care a lot about a buck. And the reason being is because in the compensation, there are 10 levels. Now, what does this mean? You're the green dude or green dudette. Anyone that you refer is on your first level. Anyone that they refer is on your second. Anyone that they refer is on your third and your fourth and your fifth and your sixth, all the way down to 10 levels. Now, excluding that first level, anybody from levels 2 through 10, when they view, that could be $1. For every hour they view, that could be $1 for you. Oh, did you hear that? Susan, did you hear the hip hopness there? For every hour they view, that could be $1 for you. Oh my gosh, that boy is talented. Hey, Queen, you liked it, didn't you? You liked it. Give me a beat, Queen. Come on, give me a beat. Come on, Queen. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, I'm having fun. We're starting to view in beta. I'm having some fun. All right. So you can have in time hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. We already have folks in Thwglobal that have over 6 figures, over 100,000 in their 10-level organization. All right, so here's the example here. All right, Club 100 member, they've personally enrolled 231, and from that, 1750 is on the second level, and from that, 3359 is on the third level, and this is growing, and this is growing. And so they've got 16,000 folks in their 10-level organization. All right, now I'm going to subtract out the 231 because we already know what can happen there if they view. So from levels 2 through 10, you've got people, they're viewing content. And what happens is the more people that view, then the more advertisers THW Global can attract. And the more advertisers THW Global attracts, the more money is paid to THW Global, the more money is paid to the field, the more money is paid to the field, the more excitement there is in the field, the more people get registered so they can view, which attracts more advertising money, and it just becomes a cycling effect. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the potential here. I'm going to subtract out the 231 that were personally enrolled. That leaves 15,922 folks in levels 2 through 10. And this is an ever-growing number. All right, that screenshot is a few days old from what they sent me. 15,922. If everybody just viewed an hour, that's $15,922 for the day if it was an hour a day. If everybody viewed 10 hours a week, times the buck. I can't even show the numbers. The FTC would frown on me, so you do the numbers there. Now, we know it's not a perfect world. What if we just get 20% of this imperfect world? And even that number's too big for me to show. You do the numbers. Now, back in 2005, if YouTube had said, that gentleman's name is Jawed that did that video. If he had said, hey, we got this new video platform and we're going to pay people to view content. And then if people saw that 18-second video, I guarantee you folks would have said, that's a scam. It ain't going to work. No, you ain't never going to amount to anything. And then 18 months later, Google buys them out for $1.6 billion. And a few years later, now they're worth $100 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the compensation. 25, 5, and 1. Now, let me finish with this. How do we scale this to a 6 or 7 figure business? Okay. You're not going to scale it to a 6 or 7 figure business by accident. It's going to happen fully by design, fully on purpose. And so we have something that we call the 10-hour pledge. It's designed to get you to the Club 100. Club 100 is where you have 100 people that have joined with you that are committing to the 10-hour pledge. Now, that means that you're going to have to ultimately go outside your circle of friends and family, because your friends and family circle, at some point, you're going to run out of that. And so then you're going to have to learn how you build a real business online, how you build a real business with mobile marketing. So here's what we're going to do. For those of you that want to build to a 6 to 7 figure business, if that's not you, if you just want a few $100 and $1,000, maybe it's 2 or 3 of you in your household that can view. So maybe you can, generate maybe a couple, $3,000 a month. If that's all you want, that's fine. That's fine. You'll get back with the person who invited you and you'll go in and join with them. But if you want to scale to a 6 or 7 figure business, if you understand that THW Global, to hit its goal of being 1% of the global advertising pie, which would be $6.5 billion a year in revenue, because the global advertising pie is a $650 billion industry, that in order for THW Global to get there, we've got to have tens of millions of users. They're going to be tens of millions of users anyway. They're going to be in somebody's 10-level organization. Tyron, they might as well be in yours. Shelly Lynn, they might as well be in yours. Rory Kirby, might as well be in yours, my friend. All right, here we go. Only 2 tenets. Very simple. It says this. When we're viewing for real and we're making money for real, when we go live, and it looks like we're about 30 days from the soft launch ending, and hopefully that's when we'll see the first country or first countries coming aboard. I want you to covenant to maximizing your viewing income. Now, when we come out of the gate, will everybody be able to view 10 hours out of the gate? I don't know. I don't know that there'll be enough advertisers. There'll be enough content, so maybe it's 7 hours initially, and then it scales up to 10. I don't know. Whatever that number is, whatever that maximum number is out of the gate and going forward for all of your THW business, commit to viewing the maximum amount. Let's say it's 10 hours. Commit to viewing 10 hours a week. So I already have my family getting used to viewing their 10 hours. No need to come and ask daddy for anything, sons, because you can view yourself and generate some revenue. All right. So I want you viewing right now. I want to see you viewing right now. Okay. And then from that, number 2, we're going to covenant to take 50 to 100% of the viewing income, and we're going to recapitalize it, reinvest it back into our business in the form of having the proper tools and resources, as well as paid traffic. having a monthly advertising budget. So if you're part of the NFL club, no friends or family left, if when you log on Facebook, all your Facebook friends log off because they see you coming, nobody wants to hear you talk about any type of business, then that's okay. We've got your back, because ultimately you're going to be driving paid traffic to your system. We'll talk more about the system that we're launching for our audience, the first system that we're launching for our audience on this coming Thursday. So you want to make sure you're on our Thursday webinar where we talk about our mobile marketing system. That system is going to do all the work for you. Well, I should say 95% of the work for you. Okay, it's going to do 95% of the work for you. It's going to do the presenting and the training and all that stuff. All you got to do is drive people to the system. And we're even going to share with you our favorite ways of driving traffic. Some of them are just automated. You just go and say, hey, I made some money from viewing. I'm taking a percentage of that money and I'm going to buy some traffic. And here's the traffic source I'm going to drive traffic to my system. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. And let our systems do the work from there. You view, you recap. You view, you recap. You view, you recap. And then when you do that, you're going to have people joining you. And some of those are going to do more than just view. They're going to recap. They view, they recap. They view, they recap, and it starts to build out your 10-level organization. And then we'll share with you how to take a percentage of that income from your overrides and reinvest that back into your business. Not all of it, not all of it. You're going to keep most of it, but you're going to take a percentage of it, reinvest back into your business, scale up your business. This is how we're going to get you to 6 or 7 figures, even if you have struggled up to this point in your business. Queen, are you proud of me? I said we would be 30, 35 minutes.